who is the Thanos of the NBA history?
What is they talking about?
Who's Thanos? Me.
I came to break the rules. I'm here to tear down the walls. I'm here to answer the call. I'm in the field with my dogs. I'm here to break the rules. I'm here to tear down the walls.
Is it one-on-one?
One of one.
So I'm the only one in the world with it.
Yeah.
300 million. That's my last and final offer right now. Would you let it go?
It's a lot of million.
Do you let it go?
Yeah, I do it big, big, big. I'm coming to win. I do it big, big, big. Say it again. I do it big, big, big. I'm coming to win. I do it big, big, big. Say it again. I do it big. I do it big, big, big. Say it again. I do it big.
What is up? What is good? How you living? How you feeling? How you doing? It is the Big Podcast with Shaq, where we always do it
Big.
There are certain people that I always believe will always be aligned with Shaquille O'Neal. This one is right at the top because he did it him damn self. Shaq, can I give him a formal introduction?
Yes, you may.
From SoundCloud beginnings to platinum plaques, from the age of 7, he was filling notebooks from front to back. Wrote it, produced it, mixed it himself. The man has 11 self-released albums up on the shelf. This summer, hitting 16 cities on a North American tour. New music, same energy, his legions of fans at the door. In the Shahuka Lounge today, it is independence, intention, and bars you can trust. Put your hands together for the one and only Russ.
Come on, man.
Bars.
Well done, man. Thank you. Thank you.
So I don't know if you know this, but I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you, man.
I didn't know you lived here.
Yeah.
That's impressive. So how long you been living there?
Oof. 20 years.
How old are you?
32.
Oh, I thought you was a kid. And I'm looking at my research. You from Jersey?
Yeah, I was born in Jersey. We moved when I was a baby, and people from New Jersey still try to just claim me, man. I'm like, we moved when I was a baby, but it doesn't matter. Like New Jersey, people are like, nah, you're one of us. I'm
You
like,
are one of us.
Yeah.
So
Wait, you were born in New Jersey?
born and raised, North New Jersey, Brick City.
Real? Wow.
Can't you tell?
How did I not know that?
Yeah.
Damn.
So 20 billion streams?
Wow,
Really?
is that what it is now?
Yes.
Crazy. Still going.
So it is 20 billion streams.
Sounds right.
All right, so what song sparked your success?
It kind of came in stages. The first one that like did real damage for me was a song called Goodbye, which off camera we were talking about,
Right.
you using Civil War. She used Goodbye. It's a good one.
Got it.
But yeah, it was a song called Goodbye. That was the first one that got like 100,000 views and listens. And then the two that kind of popped off at the same time for me were Losing Control and What They Want. Those went crazy, like 2016.
I think, Shaq, one of the things I love about Russ's story is he is constantly creating. You're constantly making.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like as fans like myself, we have seen this constant evolution where there's never, I felt like, been a time off.
Yeah.
When you close your eyes and you think about like the hardest part of the journey, visually, what do you see? What room are you in? Like what part are you? And then for that person to look at where you are now, what is that sensation like?
Visually, where am I? In my room. That's the room I'm in. It's just the hardest moment is mental. It was nothing that had to do with like industry stuff. It was all like me versus me. That's the battle, is just rest. Like as a musician, when you're making the kind of music that I like to make, where it's like authentic and, it's my real life. So it's just wrestling with everything I'm talking about. This is like my audio diary. So the toughest part is going through that is making the music, Yeah.
So a lot of independent artists, when they get big time, they look for the major deal. What made you say, you know what, I'm going to stay independent the whole time. I'm going to do it myself?
Yeah. So after I did like a song a week on SoundCloud for 2.5 years and 11 projects, I partnered with a major label for 4 years. But I kept my entire back catalog. They didn't own it. So we just split the money on like 3 albums. And then I just went back fully indie in 2020. It was like a very like rare situation to be able to do that. And I bought myself out the deal at the end. Can I say how much yeah.
No, you don't.
No. Okay, good. 1.5. My manager gave me the go ahead. Yeah, but I bought myself out the deal and I went back fully indie. And for me, it just got to that point where I realized like, you guys aren't doing anything I can't do myself. So I would rather just, keep all the fruits of the labor. I think artists don't realize that the label is not going to do anything that you and your team aren't already doing. They're just there to react to what y'all are doing. And so a lot of artists get screwed because they show up and they think that like the label's going to be on some, all right, we'll take it from here. No, they're not. They're waiting to see what y'all are doing. So for me, it was like, well, I'm already doing everything. And I don't need like, y'all have a button that you can push, which is just money, but I have money. So I'll push the button and stop breaking y'all off.
We're seeing this in the NBA as well. A few of the athletes are representing themselves, especially in the draft.
Smart. I just saw Jaylen Brown talking. Yep. I just saw him talking about that.
His whole thing was, he's like, why am I giving, 3% or whatever to these people when I feel like I can handle it?
Right.
I was going to see if you had noticed that, and obviously you had with Jaylen Brown.
What's the dynamics though? Like, do NBA teams and owners hate when a player doesn't have an agent? Are they like this prima donna? And then they like are now kind of like, let's stay away from him? Or
I think they enjoy it because, as your manager knows, to be in that business, one word can throw it off. One word, you don't know what you're looking at, can throw out the contract. So I think they enjoy it. For example, remember when Ricky
because they feel like
Ricky Davis represented himself and everybody thought he had the biggest deal ever. And it was like, no.
Ricky Davis, he was so good.
Remember that? And it was like, no, it's if you win a Super Bowl, you get this. So I think the owners enjoy it.
It just happened in the NFL as well. T. Higgins just got a huge contract. And then once the contract details came out, everyone went, oh, you got written up a little bit different. So there is like the concern about it, but also like the investing in yourself aspect that you have done. I would love to see that happen with.
But for like, if you're an NBA player, do you need the agent and the lawyer? Why can't you just get a lawyer on hourly to read the contract?
Shaq, what do you think?
Well, he's correct. I mean, that's what I end up doing later. But my thing was, I want somebody to speak the language that I'm telling them to speak. This is what I want.
Yeah.
I'm not taking less. Do what? Now you go talk how you
go
talk.
Speak alien to the other alien and just figure it out.
and then when you give it to me, I love you and I trust you, but let me have this guy look at it.
Exactly. That's what's
just
important.
In case. And so I've always had to. I like how you give artists information.
Yeah.
Question, like, back in my day, you would sell albums and you go platinum, you go gold, you get status. Is it the same way with streams? And how many streams is platinum?
No, I mean, back then it was just physical, so it was just 1-to-1. You sold one album, it counted as one album.
Right.
Now, on an album, you need to do 1,500 streams for it to count as one sale.
Damn.
Which is just like an arbitrary number that like, who came up with that? Why isn't it 1,200 streams? You know what I mean? Like,
so you need to listen to my song 1,500 times.
For a song, it's different. For a song, it's 150. So you just divide by like 10. Okay. So for example, you see a lot of artists like kind of gaming the system, which I'm like all for. But what I mean by that is, let's say you have 4 songs out and they're all platinum, right? They're all 1 million. Well, if you put all 4 of those on an album, that album has now sold 400,000. See what I'm saying? Because
weird.
Your 4 singles are 4 million, but when you put them on an album, you got to divide it by 10. And so now this album has done 400,000, but really it's like, did the album do 400,000 or did those 4 songs do that? But it makes it look like the album is this like super successful.
So you said platinum. So 1 million streams is platinum?
No. you need 150 million streams in the
150
US
million?
only. Yeah.
Golly.
God damn.
And it's US only. That's the
Hold
other
on. You need 150
US
million?
only.
Oh yeah, because when you see people like, oh, I went platinum, people don't understand like RIAA, which is the company that certifies platinum, is just US. So you see a lot of artists who just are like, man, I got 200 million streams. How am I not platinum? It's like, because 100 million of them came from Malaysia. You know what I mean? Like you have to get
Back room.
150 million in US to
Back
go
room in
platinum.
But why
Malaysia.
doesn't why don't Malaysians count?
They do for Malaysian certifications. So like every country has their own threshold for what quantifies as gold and platinum. So you can like, go gold in Canada with less, or, platinum in France with just doing 10,000 sales in France. It's all based off of like population and, it's crazy. That's why also when you see like so-and-so has sold whatever worldwide, no, they haven't. There's no way to determine that unless it's just straight up physical. Like if you've sold 20 million physical records, you can count that up, but you can't count up like, well, because 150 million streams in the US is platinum, if they did 150 million in the Philippines, they're double platinum. No, the Philippines has a different thing. So there's no way to know based off streams what everyone's doing worldwide.
So how
All
do
that
you make
shit is
money?
just paid tweets. And how do you make money?
Yeah, how you make money?
By owning the streams, by owning the music and just catalog and volume. It all adds up. So for me, like I got 500 songs out. I always tell people it's like, you don't need one song to do 100 million streams in a month. You can have 100 songs out and they're each doing 1 million streams in a month. That's a way like easier mountain to climb. So for me, I just like one, from an artistic standpoint, I just like making songs and I like sharing them. And then from a business standpoint, I'm like, it takes the pressure off of each individual song because I don't need all of y'all to go out there and be the biggest in the world. I can have 500 songs that are getting 1 million streams a month, and that's 500 million streams a month,
Every time I see an interview with you, and I'm experiencing it right now, I feel like you're like the music industry translator, where you're like, "Hey,
It's
this
like
is
I'm
the
the lawyer
real."
in the NBA. It's like translating the alien language.
Do you enjoy both sides of it?
I do enjoy both sides because I like knowing what the is going on with my shit. That's where it came from. It's just like, I don't know everything. I just ask a lot of questions, and it comes from the genuine curiosity of, hey, like, I want to know what's what and how this all works and what's going on with my shit. So I'm just more informed for my own sake, and just like, I like numbers. I like analytics. I always was like sending my booking agent, like the one who books the tours, like when I was on SoundCloud, I was sending her, here's my top 10 cities, like book the tour in these 10 cities. I like numbers. I always did. They're finite,
All right, big fella. So our friends over at DraftKings want us to bet on who's going to win NBA Finals MVP. 4 teams left. Of course, Thunder, Timberwolves, Knicks, and Pacers. I got the app up right now. It's crazy when you look back what it was before in the beginning of the playoffs. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was plus 300. Now this dude is minus 130. The Thunder, the prohibitive favorites to win it all. Anthony Edwards, before the playoffs started, was 60-1. Right now, 6-1. Let me go through these odds for you, big fella. SGA, the favorite, minus 130. You bet 130 to win 100. Brunson at plus 550. Bet 100 to win 550. Then Edwards at plus 650. Halliburton at plus 900. Siakam plus 2200. J-Dub at plus 3500. I understand why you would take SGA. I might throw a little bit on Karl Anthony Towns at plus 4,500. So 100 to win 4,500. Randall's plus 4,000. Chet plus 6,500. Rudy Gobert, your guy, plus 13,000. Bet 100 to win 13,000. Shaq, who you got winning the Finals MVP?
Who do I have winning the Finals MVP? I'm going to go with, and go New York, go the Catman. Yo.
All right, those are our picks for Finals MVP. You looking to place a wager? Go check out our friends over at DraftKings.
Basketball fans, it's win or go home time. The NBA Conference Championships are here and the intensity is off the charts. Every possession matters and there's still time to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Here's the deal. New customers can bet just $5 and if your bet wins, you'll score $300 in bonus bets. That's right. Pick your side, place your bet, and get ready to cash in. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up using code BIGPOD. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $300 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code BIGPOD and bet just $5 on any wager and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's promo code BIGPOD only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
It's playoff basketball time, and we have a new offer here with Doordash for all Dash Pass members only for 2025 NBA playoff season. Eating good and hooping good. They swoosh, you score. When any player scores 50 or more points in a game during the NBA playoffs, Dash Pass members score a free 3-piece tenders combo meal from Wingstop. Valid on orders of $20 up from noon to midnight the day after the game with promo code. April 15th through June 22nd, terms apply. To claim the deal, just place a 3-piece tender combo from Wingstop in your cart. Make sure your cart has a subtotal of $20 or more and drop the promo code at checkout. Then place your order and enjoy those wings, baby. Save more all year round with $0 delivery fees and reduced service fees on eligible orders. Plus exclusive perks like this one. Who doesn't love a good perk? Valid with use of promo code from noon to midnight the day after a 50-point game. Must have an active Dash Pass account. Terms apply.
To claim the deal, just place a 3-piece crispy tender combo from Wingstop in your cart. Make sure your cart has a subtotal of $20 or more and drop in the promo code WINGSTOP50 at checkout. Then place your order and enjoy.
When I first discovered you, the music is on point.
Thank you.
The bars are always on point. Who influenced you?
Man, growing up, it was Eminem was the first one that the bug that bit me. Eminem, it was like G Unit, Eminem, 50, Lloyd Banks.
Did you have the tank tops?
No, but my first rap I ever wrote was I'm from Queens with baggy jeans, and I was not from Queens. But 50 was the coolest person in the world. Right. You know what I mean? So it was G Unit, and then it was Wayne, and then it was Kanye, and I didn't get into Jay-Z till I was older because Jay-Z's content, you have to be of a certain maturity level, I feel to even grasp what he's saying. So I didn't get into Jay-Z till I was 17, 18, but yeah, high school was just all Wayne because I was in high school 06 to 2010, and Wayne in 06 and 07 was just nuts. He put out 76 songs in 2007 or something when he was just rapping on everyone going crazy. But yeah, Wayne, J. Cole, Nipsey, Drake, Kanye, and yeah, DMX. I love DMX's cadence. His cadence, the pausing and the ramping. To me, his cadence was the closest to Tupac. That's why I just like how he would deliver the bars. It was melodic in a sense because it would ramp up and you know what I mean? It was It was I don't know. It was just so cool to me.
Man, I can tell you love it. And the amount that you create shows that you love it. I'm curious, what percentage of music artists that we see today do you think love making music, or what percent of artists do you think love getting paid and being famous?
Same as the NBA.
I would say, yeah. Honestly,
I think the NBA is very similar.
I think, guys who would play for free,
Me.
Yeah, right. And you could tell.
Not free.
Here's the funny, right, not free, but just the funny thing that I think is that the dudes in the NBA who I thought play like they would play for free, those are the ones who actually win the rings and get the most money anyway. And so same with rap, the dudes who are rapping just to get money are not going to get the most money. It's you have to do it because you love it, then you get the most money as a result of doing it because you love it that much. But I think naturally, and I get it, rap music, it turned like the barrier to entry got so low where anyone could do it. So now everyone's like looking at it as a come up, as a like, get rich quick thing, which dilutes the art, dilutes the value, bring gatekeepers back. You know what I mean?
Did you know that one of your songs for me was a relationship saver?
I had no idea, and I would never guess that,
Oh.
nor would I have guessed that song.
I'm the type that I don't fight, I block.
Nice.
So
Healthy.
when I want to come back,
Yeah.
a lot of people come back by talking. I always send Civil War.
That's so incredible.
And then do you say anything with it, or do you just send the song?
Just the
No,
song.
because
That's awesome.
because he says everything for me.
Exactly.
Let me play it for you. He says everything for me. It works every time, my work wives. I know you're sitting over there laughing. And they go, hello, and then it goes,
Call my phone. I don't wanna text you anymore. I just wanna stop this civil war.
baby, please, and stop right there, bam. And then I go, you're right, Daddy. I love you, Daddy. I miss you too. After a long weekend in Miami or Vegas, oh, you start a fight? Oh, I'm going on a trip. And then when I get back, I send the text. So thank you.
That is
for
actually why I made that song. Was
Oh,
intended
seriously?
for those scenarios. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
great.
You know what's funny about that song? That was when I was kind of in a place in my life where the women in my life weren't like, I wasn't getting emotionally charged by them like how I was in the past, where I could like make a lot of music about women because I was going through something with them. But I was like, I like making those kind of like relationship problem songs. So I was like, how am I gonna still make a song that feels like it's a relationship problem song if I don't have any problems with relationships right now? And so that song is actually about me and myself.
Oh, it is?
That's why I called it Civil
Oh.
War.
Oh,
It was me talking to myself, like in my like it was me wrestling with this past version of myself before fame, and me feeling like not having a good grasp on this successful life and like fighting with my younger self. Like, but I knew if I like did it in that way, it would be, a relationship anthem.
and when'd you release that song?
2019.
I've been rocking out ever since, bro.
Damn.
That's been the work.
Yeah.
I'm about, well, I'm not going to tell you the number. I'm about 25 and 0 with that song. I'm just, I'll let you figure out what
That's
the 25
incredible.
means.
Off those streams alone, going
Yeah.
platinum,
I
man.
I got two follow-ups on that. One, and Shaq doesn't like when I do this because Shaq likes to think he's just a normal guy and not one of the most famous, most successful men in the world.
Right.
What is it like seeing Shaq vibing out to your music? And what was your relationship with Shaq growing up? Like, were you a big basketball fan? And all
Yeah,
that?
I was I am a huge basketball fan. Shaq was the most dominant player in the world. What do you, like, it's not even close. It's like, I mean, yeah, I'm 32, so like in high school, in like 7th, 8th grade, like that's Shaq, Kobe, like that was, you know what I mean?
It was everything.
But seeing him listen to that is,
Oh, yeah. No, you're,
And then my other question is, because Shaq, we had this discussion recently with NIL in college where we wondered and worried, would kids still be as motivated if they didn't have to, quote, get it out the mud? And the way you're talking right there, you're like, man, what happens when I'm so good writing songs about when I'm going through problems, but now I'm not going through problems anymore? And is that just like a muscle you work on to put yourself in that mindset?
it just forces you to dig deeper, It's like, it was easy to like just get in some with a girl and like get in some 3-month thing and it ends bad. And then
3
you write the
months.
song.
that's too long, my boy.
Maybe that was the problem. But it's like, that was easy to just like curate a problem in my life for the music. And when that wasn't there anymore, it's like, oh, I got to dig deeper to actually like get something of substance, And I think that's a lot of artists like challenges is what happens when you run out of surface level to talk about. Now what? Now you got to dig beneath the surface.
And how do you, as an artist, say, I'm sticking to what I do, even though that's not the trend right now? How do you fight against that?
Oof.
Because the way you flow is how a person's supposed to flow, but you got a lot of bull that gets
Yeah.
Your mainstream. So how do you say, okay, you know what? In order to keep the attention of this,
Yeah.
how do you say, I'm gonna change my flow and dumb it down for the dummies?
I just like I have a strong sense of like what I like, and I can't help but go and make that. You know.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Nah, thank you for listening.
I'm telling you now, I'm tired of that goddamn fan song. I don't want to hear it no more.
What song?
We're them fans. I don't want to hear it no more.
What's that song? Where them fans at? What's that?
Do the dance. I don't want to hear it. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's talking about the dude bringing the fan out.
I did it. It was funny. It got a lot of views. I'm like, I don't want to hear that song no more.
I don't even know what song we're talking about, but I agree.
Yeah. We're them fans. Like you haven't seen, like everybody's doing the dance with the cowboy boots.
Where them fans at? What is that?
Not
Milan?
hitting his algorithm.
Oh
Shaq.
my God.
Yeah, it's not on my FYP. Didn't make it. Nah, but it's tough because you see stuff that's commercially working and you're like naturally, you know, your brain is like, maybe I should switch this. But it's like anytime I go into the studio, I think it also helps that it's just in my house and I don't have anyone in there with me, that I can't help but just make what I want to make, you know?
So you do all your own beats?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
What do you use?
Logic.
Damn, you on Logic?
Yeah.
Ableton.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ableton always looked like Chinese to me, man. Like, I couldn't figure it
Ableton
out.
is so easy. Because do you play music?
Yeah.
See, I don't play music. Like I steal. So I steal and cut it.
Every producer does.
Yeah. So I started with Reason.
Okay.
And went to Logic.
Yeah.
Then went to Fruity Loops.
Wow.
I hated Fruity Loops. And then I went to Ableton, so I'm probably still with that.
So growing up, I started on GarageBand, and my boy who I was making beats with, and my boy who I was making beats with, he had Fruity Loops. But this is like 06. So I would like go to his house. He would use Fruity Loops. He'd come over to mine. We'd use GarageBand. But then Logic was just a natural evolution of GarageBand. So that's why I just stayed on Logic.
The question from the General. This big break is sponsored by our friends at the General. Shaq, why don't you ask him the question?
You're all about self-empowerment. So was there a specific time of trouble where you had to tap into that self-empowerment to get through it?
Ooh, yeah, probably when I canceled my tour for the first time ever in 2022. Because I had just reached this point where like the weight of everything that had changed in my life pre-success up until that point had all just like come crashing down. And I finally like sat with the fact that, you know, I'm taking care of my whole family. It's been years since I felt like a son, since I felt like a brother, because, you know, you step into that role of like taking care of everyone, you know, and when I didn't give myself a second to even feel that transition. And when I actually like felt it, it was just too much because it was 7 years to unpack and like deal with and grieve, you know? And I think as men, like we're just taught to get over it, you know? And that works for a while, but then it comes out sideways at some point. And it's going to come out sideways at the worst spot. So, yeah.
And you read comments?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I love reading comments.
What's wrong with you?
Some of them are hilarious.
Oh, don't
like IG Reel comments are incredible. If you ever want to just die, I'll scroll for an hour on just IG Reels, and it is the most outrageous commentary.
This episode of the Big Podcast with Shaq is brought to you by The General. You know Shaq loves The General. Before the league, before the rings, before I got my big break, I've been rocking with The General. The General has been offering quality coverage for 60 years. You already know The General was there for Shaq when I needed him. Low rates and flexible payment options to keep you covered. If you're ready for your big break, you know what to do. Visit thegeneral.com to get a quote today. Again, visit thegeneral.com to get a quote today. And it wouldn't be the Big Podcast without The General. 250 years of tequila-making tradition is in the face. Lunazul tequila is a celebration that comes full circle. From the fields of Jalisco to your glass, experience the authentic taste of 100% Blue Weber agave tequila that's crafted with pride for what's inside. And made for moments that shine true. Those who know look to Lunazul Tequila. Bardstown, Kentucky, 40% alcohol by volume. Think wisely, drink wisely. Lunazul Tequila. Your new album, Wild.
Yeah.
2 questions. One, what makes this different? And when you're doing an album, you come up with the beat first or you come up with the song first?
Oof. So Wild for me is, what makes it different is just where I'm at in my life. You know, I think my goal with every album is just to accurately capture where I'm at on my journey at that point. And where I'm at now is sort of just, you know, in the past, I've really resisted the unknown of life. And I've always tried to micromanage everything in my life so I could control the outcome. And it just makes for like an exhausting experience and just so stressful. And so now on a spiritual level, I'm just trying to get to this place where I'm actually having faith. You know, I feel like so many people talk about faith, but like, and I've talked about it in past songs, but I never had it because I would say I had faith, but then I wouldn't truly let go and trust that things were going to work out. I would micromanage my manager. I would micromanage anything, everyone, because God forbid I allow God to like have a hand in the situation. You know, it's like I didn't trust anyone but myself, including God, you know?
But speaking from experience, as I'm studying psychology now, and I'm working on being a mentor, that's not always a bad thing.
No, I don't think so either.
It's not always a bad thing because nobody's going to focus on you more than you.
Yeah, I think it's a balance, and that's the tough thing. So that's what makes it different, is just where I'm at. And then coming up with the songs, you know, for this album, it was like a really different experience because I had just got done doing my first movie that's coming out later this year.
Gangster movie?
No, I wish. I want to do one of those. I just want to be the next like hitman. Right. So I'm like,
hey, me and you.
Come on, bro. Let's do it. Buddy cop movie.
Yeah, let's do it.
But I got done doing my first movie, and it was such a like eye-opening experience to be involved with community that much. And I mean, I'm sure you like have a strong sense of community from playing sports. Like you were always with a team, you know. But for me, and the way I make music, my experience has been so insular and isolated, and it's just been me. And getting on a movie set, and you're with these people 5 days a week, 13 hours every day. I didn't realize like how much that was missing in my music making, because that was so fun. It was more fun than I had making music, because you're doing all this together, like all one common goal, and there's all these people trying to get to this one thing. And so coming off the movie, I was like, man, how do I recreate that in my music life? So I reached out to these two like just up and coming like unknown producer songwriters in Australia. I just found them on the internet.
What's their names?
Jake and Kiri. Incredible. Yeah. Just like incredible, like, you know, 1,000 follower type people who just are fire. And I reached out and we just made the whole album together. So like whether it was me sending beats or them sending beats or me doing a melody and then them picking up that melody and be like, oh, what if it went here? Like truly making together. It was just the most fun I've had, like making music. So as far to the answer to your second question, if it's beats or songs, kind of depends. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I have a song I need to make. Like Civil War was a song idea. It was like that concept, and then the music came, you know. But I would say majority of the time, the music dictates what I'm about to write about.
I've never really interviewed a musician before, so I have two dumb questions.
There are
number
no dumb
one,
questions.
The exclamation point instead of the I in Wild.
Yeah, I usually hate like that. I was so close to being like, this is the lamest ever to do this. But the reason why I did it, honestly, it was an accident. So like it was supposed to be Wild and then an exclamation point. And I did this interview with like Rolling Stone, and they put out the article and they spelled it the way you see it. And I was like, oh, I don't know, that kind of works. And the reason why I had an exclamation point was because I'm shifting from sort of like I was saying, resisting the unknown and being like pessimistic about the future and like what's going to happen if I'm not micromanaging every situation, and just being so scared of the unknown and what could happen and all that. Shifting from that to optimistically going into the unknown and being excited to experience what life still has in store for me, knowing that there's going to be some more that happens just inherently, you know. But like my whole existence up until now has been spent trying to run around the proverbial boat and plug all the holes so that no leak ever happens. And so when it would happen in my life, it like threatened my sense of identity and my sense of like power, because I'm like, how is it happening in my life? Like, what? That's impossible. I'm successful and I have money and I run. like things shouldn't be up. And now I'm excited to enter into the unknown because I know there's going to be like really great moments and bad moments, but I know I'm going to be okay. So that's like the exclamation point is trying to psychologically trick myself into being excited about going into life's unknown.
And then my other dumb question is I was driving through Brooklyn and I'm listening to the songs that are on Spotify, the new album, and I really liked April 7th.
Thank you.
And then I was like, why is it called April 7th? It was that. Yeah,
my
so
girl's
what was-
birthday. Won major
Gotcha.
points with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Mega points. Yeah.
That, I mean, when that when she hears what the name of the song is, I mean, is it you're just the king of the earth?
Yeah, for like 4 minutes. Nah, she loves that song.
If you ever need any girlfriend advice, good or bad, I'm
Heavy
your
on the
guy.
bad.
Yeah, the bad.
I'm your guy. Ever get in the jam? I'm the guy.
Yeah, Russ, actually, if you have any recent jams you've been in and you need Shaq's advice, he is here to help right
Yeah,
now.
beautiful. No, I've been jam free for years now. Thank God.
That's good.
Wow.
That's the thing I don't miss about being single is just it's like it's too much.
But being single is too much.
It's like too many headaches. It's like playing whack-a-mole with headaches. It's like as soon as you like whack like this one's okay, this one's okay, and then it's like you know what I mean? It's too much.
Good point.
it's tough to argue.
How do
with
you
that.
handle that? Shaquille?
Good point.
How does he handle? He blocks them and sends
Yeah,
them
Shaq,
Civil
how
War.
do you
That's
handle
Yeah,
it?
I
You
did.
block and
Yeah,
then
block
play
'em.
Civil War?
I block them. Then when I want them to come back. So you're doing a headline tour with Big Sean
Yeah,
and Sabrina Claudia on it.
yeah.
So I've always wanted to ask her this. When you do a tour,
Mm-hmm.
how do you not go and say, I'm the dopest, I'm last? Like,
That's what
like,
I
what's
mean.
that?
That's what this like. I'm headlining it, so I am
So you're last.
going last. Yeah, but I mean, it's a tour that you sort of like present to these other artists. Like, hey, I'm going on tour. I'd love for you to come with me.
I love Big Sean.
I love Big Sean too. I think he's hella underrated. So, and I'm honored that he would be down to like come and support my tour because I know from like a name recognition and what he's done in the game, it's like, you know, he's a huge artist. So I
many
just think it's
cities?
an ill package. 16. Yeah.
Starting when?
July 8th. And I hate touring. You know, I love doing shows, but I hate touring. So this is 16 is a lot for me nowadays.
You fly or you take the bus?
Fly. Can't do the bus anymore.
Private?
No.
Huh?
No. I did a year of where it was nothing but private jets, spent like $2 million. I was like, I'm never doing this again. This is the dumbest ever.
But you can write it off, buddy.
Some of it, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio.
Actually, it is.
Oh,
Yes.
How? 1-to-1?
Yes. Trust me, brother.
No, I don't think so.
I'm telling you what.
This is one of those bad advice things.
No, it's not. No, it's
This
not.
is how to get in a jam.
No, I will,
Brought to you by
I will,
Shaq.
I will give you my guy's number, and
Beautiful.
But-
Yeah,
but-
I'm
but-
open to exploring that. Yeah.
when you read comments, do they get to you?
What gets to me about the comments? The negative ones.
Why the f- are you reading it?
It's probably some sick, like I don't even know. I just, you know what it is? I read them because I'm like looking for the bad, like, and then like, let's unpack that, shall we? Is this the Dr. O'Neill segment?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Why is that? I
This
think
is-
because I
he's
want
going to write a dissertation on comments.
I am.
I think I want validation. Like there's that element, of course, but like been working on that. But then I read the comments, I see the negative ones, and it naturally bothers you because it's also this disgusting need to like be understood by the entire human race. And how dare you misunderstand me, you know? But my mentor gave me a good piece of advice, which is when you read a negative comment, the first thing you should ask is it true? If it's not, like, that's what I do now. If it's not true,
Good mentor. Keep him or her.
it completely loses its weight. Now, if it's true, then there might actually be a lesson in there. Like, you know what? Yeah, it's not bad. That's good commentary.
As your other mentor,
Yeah, do tell.
nobody should never influence somebody.
Mm.
You see this? You see this glove right here?
Yeah.
One of the rubies is worth how much? A lot.
Yeah.
Over 2 million, right?
Right.
One person can say, I don't like that ruby. You should put something else in. So why if this person is unvalidated, you're not a jeweler.
True.
You don't work for Sotheby's. So,
Right. Like, what's your credibility?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So first you have to see who you're talking to.
Yeah. So true.
So first thing you do, who is this guy? He only got 2,000 followers. I'm not paying attention to you. Like, we waste time and we waste brain cells trying to be validated from nobody's.
Yeah.
I don't want to be validated by nobody. I want to be validated by somebody. And the somebody that validates you is already somebody in your life.
Yeah.
Mom, dad, brother, manager, boys. Like me, if it ain't part of my panel, I don't give what you say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it's real.
It's only a few people that are bigger than me status wise. Like, if somebody from a big jewelry thing said maybe you should have moved the ruby to the right, now this company they're in gems and diamonds and all that. Maybe you take that to consideration. But my advice to you, my young brothers, don't read that. You're successful. You're doing it your way. Continue to do it your way. And the day you stop caring is the day you're gonna blow up even more.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right, man. You know what I just realized as you were saying that? You know what I think it is too that I didn't realize is being a musician is like if your entire career depends on jersey sales. Because as an athlete, everyone could hate you, but if you average 25, 10, and 6, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You know what I mean? Now, what if you getting a contract next year dependent on your jersey sales? Jersey sales is how much do we like you, you know? And so for musicians, my song's doing well depends on if the audience likes you. That's how this whole works. So I think naturally, that's why artists are more sensitive and care more about people liking us, because that is literally what our business relies on, is public opinion. So it's like, as much as we can say, oh, it doesn't matter what the public think. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, because guess what? As soon you've seen it with artists, as soon as the public says,
I'm going to have to disagree with you, because when you say public, it's this.
Yeah.
But this public right here, we don't have time to out, man. We work.
Yeah. Also true.
We got time to write more than 5 words. I got no job, bro.
Also true.
Anybody write a whole paragraph, they don't have a job. I'm not listening to you.
That's also true.
Again, I'll take it, listen to it. Maybe you should, put more snap on the snare. Like I'll give it, but I'm never gonna let it get to me.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to, because we all go through the same thing. I had to learn how to break it down and say, it's only 5 things that can stress me out now. I only give about 5 things: mother, kids, organization, my money. That's all I give about. I don't give about nothing else. Oh, Shaq is this, that. It don't bother me. And once I got to that place, and I actually got to that place from watching a movie. I don't know if you saw the movie The Fan.
No.
Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes. So Robert De Niro kidnaps Wesley Snipes because he's a famous baseball player.
Yeah.
Not to harm him. So he gets him there eating dinner, and he's like, man, RBI is high. You hit home runs. You're the best baseball player ever. How do you do it? And Wesley says, I don't care. Now Robert gets mad. Hold on. What do you mean you don't care? Wesley said, I don't care. Once I started doing that, championships.
Damn.
Businesses.
Oh, so this was a long time ago.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. And I was like, you know what? Because you're right. Like, I was getting all the criticism, but I still got the highest paid contract. I'm still doing that. So obviously, these people, the people that we need to like us and care about, they care. All these other people, not even listen to you. Once I stopped caring.
Yeah. Could you tell when you were in the league, the players who cared too much about the opinion and how it affected their performance?
Yeah, all the time. Like when you care, I can see it in your eyes. And
damn,
like we had a couple game 7s last night.
Yeah.
And like people didn't step up. And
you could tell what that,
And I already knew they wasn't gonna step up because it's the topic of conversation.
Damn.
If you have the I don't care attitude, you're gonna take 30 shots, not 8.
Right.
James Harden.
Right.
I don't give what you say. Okay, my last 5 game 7s I played like, but this time,
shoot.
What should I do? Yeah, but I could tell, like when he was playing, I could tell like he cares what people say. Like
that's
still
so
a Hall of
funny
Famer, you still make that money, but you care what people say. You're just adding to your narrative. So
I feel like I can see it when I'm like watching a game up close. Like when I go to the game, I can see the body. Like you can feel it.
Yep.
Players who are like, oh, you're thinking too much.
And I'm trying to teach my guy Adam to stop caring because he's really good. Like he's next in line, and once he stops caring, he's gonna be the man. Because he had like everybody has flow, but he has that overflow. Ain't that right, Adam?
You know who, just random side note, when I watch basketball, you know who plays to me like they're playing at the YMCA and I love it? LaMelo.
Yeah, he does.
LaMelo plays like you're at
yeah,
LA Fitness.
Yeah, he does.
I'm like, bro, this dude's awesome. Just like off rip.
Yeah,
Like, I don't care what they're winning. Like that dude is awesome. Plays like nobody's watching. It's crazy.
Any artists that you ever wanted to work with and you were a fan of, but then when you reach out, they were...
Oof. No.
No? Okay, good.
Surprisingly, no. There's just been artists like I've reached out to and it just hasn't happened.
Right, okay.
But no, I've never had bad experiences with artists. I think because I also don't reach out that much, you know.
Are you familiar with my discography?
Vaguely. I know you have.
I think I have the most non-rapper discography ever.
I think you're also, there's an argument to be had that the best basketball player rapper. I mean, come on, right? Who are the options?
Well, they say Damon and all these other guys. But
Didn't you have with Biggie?
I do.
Yeah, so I mean, that wins.
Biggie, Nas.
And you have a platinum album.
Yes.
Nah, I wouldn't be letting people say.
I went platinum.
I wouldn't have. What? You went platinum when you had to actually sell out?
I went platinum, gold, and wood.
That's awesome.
Yeah, wood. Yeah.
Wood deserves
what
love
is
too.
wood?
Pause.
100,000. No, but I like to. So, you know what? We all have influences. So,
yeah.
Growing up, I used to play ball and do albums. So, when I did the Arsenio Hall show, I wanted to come into the game different.
Yeah.
So, you know, let me rap with my favorite rap group. So, Foosh Niggas at the time, I reached out to them.
Wow.
We did a song, What's Up, Doc? And then after I performed on it, because I used to perform in the mirror like I was like I knew all the moves. Like I'm in my mind, I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
Wait, what are the rapper moves? Can we get a little course?
You know, back then there was the shoulder and the in and out.
yeah.
Like, so, you know, like you said, you was from Queens. I was a rapper. I was Big Daddy. I was LL. I was everybody. So it came natural to me. So when I got on our Arsenio Hall show and did that performance, my agent called me the next day and said, "Man, you're not gonna believe this." I said, "What?" He said, "Jive want to give you $10 million for 3 albums."
Holy!
I had to take it.
$10 million back then. It's like
that's what I'm saying. I had to take it, and plus, I own most of. Like I had a Birdman deal before that even.
Oh man!
You know what I'm saying? So
that's legendary.
So, but I came to the realization, not a rapper. So I'm at home thinking, and then I said, "Okay, go back to them and say I will only do it if I can rap with my favorite rappers." And they agreed.
Nice.
So Biggie,
man,
Nas,
that's hard.
Fat Joe, Big Pun, Michael Jackson,
So nice, man.
Wait, how did the Michael Jackson one go?
Oh, that one went platinum too. He actually called me.
So fire.
No, he actually called me to his house.
Send it out for vocals? How did it go down?
No, he called me to his house and I did it. We had 500 tracks.
Damn.
Yes, 500 tracks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was like he had like waste the whole track to just put I had 500 tracks. So I went, did my thing.
Damn, that's a mixing nightmare.
Yeah, it is. But no, so
I wanted to ask you a question. Like I've seen clips of you like in practice and like obviously the MJ like all-star game when you're like tween spin, like. Did you, like, back then, was there just less green light to f around as a big man?
No.
Or, like, would you have been shooting threes and dribbling if you had the green light?
Well,
you had the green light, but...
I had the green light, but I had to get to what's going to be successful.
Right.
You know? Like, I could have did all the, but...
Because I've watched, like, older,
closer to the basket. Knocking on you and making you quit.
That's efficient.
And then... they changed the rules for me. Like, they had guys doubling, tripling, so I didn't really have time to do all that. So,
yeah. Because I've watched, like, like the Tim Hardaways and talk about how, like, all that fancy dribbling, like, they were saying back then you weren't allowed to do.
Yeah,
like,
you wasn't.
But, like, all of them could do that. Like, Isaiah could do it. Tim Hardaway could, but that was, like, playground. And people didn't have the green light to just dance with you at the 3-point line for 10 seconds.
Our next question, sponsored by ZipRecruiter, smartest way to hire and looking for the next ultimate teammate. Russ, who has been your ultimate teammate in your career to help make it what it is?
Oh man, my it's twofold. It's my manager Milan and my best friend since I was 12, Bugas, who like really was just the mastermind with this that we did. It started in his basement. just making songs and got to a point where, you know, got on Milan's radar and then we just built it from the ground up. So I would say those two.
This episode is sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
According to a recent ZipRecruiter survey, 76% of employers plan to expand their headcount this year, 2025. That is a lot of time spent hiring. But that's what happens when you're trying to grow that business. And we know that our guy Shaq Diesel has a lot of them. If you're one of those employers who's ramping up hiring this year, don't miss out on this advice at ZipRecruiter's latest feature, Zip Intro, to your hiring plan. It lets you post jobs today and talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Heck of a turnaround. Best of all, it does most of the work for you so you can save time. And right now, you can try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/big, B-I-G. Zip Intro gives you the power to quickly assess excellent candidates for your job via back-to-back video calls. We love efficient video calls in the day and age now. We're not trying to fidget with all these gears and functions. You simply pick a time. Zip Intro does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. So save time hiring in 2025 with new Zip Intro. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/big right now so that you can try Zip Intro for free.
Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/big. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. This episode is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Insurance Companies. Profit by holding onto your money for as long as possible. Morgan & Morgan fights hard against these corporations to fight to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. When in court, the insurance companies want jurors to think the at-fault driver is the one paying the verdict amount. Meanwhile, it's really the insurance companies who are covering the costs. When Morgan & Morgan takes on a case, they are almost always going after big insurance companies, and it's not the individuals at fault. There's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Hiring the wrong firm can be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. With Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started, and the fee is free unless they win. Just visit forthepeople.com/BIG or dial #LAW. That's #529. That's forthepeople.com/BIG or dial #LAW, #529. This is a paid advertisement. I need you to send me one of your songs so I could dubstep it out, play it at my shows.
So you do what?
You never heard of DJ Diesel?
I know you DJ, but you're going to like make a DJ remix.
No, you
like
send
an EDM thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you send me one of your songs?
Do you crowd surf?
No, but I have.
That is, yeah, I can imagine.
Mosh pits.
Mosh
Yeah.
pit.
You mosh with them.
Yes.
Well, that's safe. See, like I can't
not
mosh,
for me,
I'll
it's
get
not
swallowed.
safe. Oh, yeah,
Shaq
it's
can
not
mosh
safe.
because it's like
No,
everyone's up
it's
to
not.
his waist.
This
So he
is-
can still survey the scene.
Trust me, it's not safe. I go
You
out
don't
there,
think so?
whole 30,000 coming to have to hold them people out. No,
Holy.
yeah.
That probably looks nuts.
Shaq, was there ever one that actually made you nervous?
Yes, because one time I had a little girl that similar to my work wife size, and she was just hugging me, but everybody was coming and she fell.
Oh.
So now she's on the ground and stepping on. So now I got to get violent.
Oh.
You know, 'cause I'm you know what I'm saying? Because you're telling people to move back. Like they see.
Throwing those
they don't
05
see.
elbows.
So now I got to throw a couple bowls. You know, so I had an incident in Germany where the girl got messed up. Then I had to take her to
She
the
was
hospital.
okay?
Yeah, she was okay.
Could you imagine being like the biggest Shaq fan and being like, I'm going to go mosh with Shaq, and then not seeing the girl and just catching an elbow to the face?
It's a rite of passage, though. Catch an elbow from Shaq.
All right, how about this? I'm going to do Dr. O'Neill. I'm going to fire up Cheat GPT Russ. It is a chat GPT that I have turned into creating situations that Shaq has to talk his way out of.
Nice.
But
And they
Dr.
love it.
O'Neill, right now, you are going to be Dr. Russ. This comes from Johnny in Louisville, Kentucky. Quote,
Okay.
a couple years back, I independently published my best composition so far on YouTube. Recently, I discovered that someone published my composition under their own name, and now they've placed a copyright claim on my old YouTube video. I also discovered that the stolen audio is now available on all major music streaming platforms, and they're collecting 100% of the revenue from it. I'm at a loss on what to do. If you were me, what would you do, Dr. O'Neill?
Well, Dr. O'Neill is always honest with his patients. I am not an expert in this, but let me call my friend, Dr. Russ. Hold on. Usually when I call him, he puts me on the answering machine. Hold on. Dr. Russ you should be calling. His manager always plays the song for me. Hold on. Okay. All right, Dr. Russ. You heard the question.
It was on D&D.
You heard the question. I think
you need to get a lawyer immediately because that is who's going to help you. You can send countless emails to YouTube and whoever the distributor, you find out who distributed the stolen audio. And you could try sending them emails. That should be the first course of action, with proof that it's yours and you uploaded it first. But then you got to get a lawyer, get a cheap hourly lawyer. It's unfortunate. That kind of happens too often.
It does.
Yeah.
All right. I've went to chat Cheat GPT.
I just like doing this for my work wives because they be giving me the craziest looks.
All right. So what I want to happen is I want Russ to try and talk his way out of it first. And then Shaq, you can show your skills. All right. This one is called the Surprise Playlist. Shaquille is driving.
Mm-hmm.
His girl plugs in the aux and sees a Spotify playlist titled Late Nights with T. And all the songs are slow jams. She turns and asks, "Who is T?" Russ, I'll let you have a crack at this one first.
Easy. Not that I've been in this situation. I would say T is my boy's girlfriend, and he sent me the playlist. And so now we're sharing the playlist, and it's a playlist his girl that him and his girl made. He just shared it with me, and so I have access to the playlist. What do you mean? Stop being nuts.
Okay. That's a good one.
Just gaslight. When in doubt, gaslight.
That's a good one, but the correct answer is when you're not here, I'm lonely, so I sit and I sip tea.
Ooh.
Thinking about you. And
Wait,
the
what
reason
did you say, Shaq?
I'm lonely thinking about you, so at late night I'm sipping tea. And the reason why the songs are the way they are, because if I was an artist, this is what I would sing to you.
Oof, my God.
You want to know what Cheat GPT guessed? Cheat GPT guessed your answer, Shaq. It thought you were going to say, "That's for my Tuesday night massage appointments. T is for Tuesday." One more. Okay, the credit card flowers incident. A charge pops up on Shaq's credit card. Let's say Shaq's credit card bill is on the table for some reason. And it says $214 at a flower shop, but his girl did not get flowers, and she picks it up and says, "So who got this bouquet?" Russ, what would you say?
Fraud. I'm calling my business managers immediately, getting a new card sent. Clearly fraud. Prove that it's not.
I got one even better. I live in Atlanta. I was riding up one day on Peachtree, and I saw some kids. They went up to this old lady. They just took her flowers, and they started on the flowers out. So I went to the flower shop and brought some flowers, and I brought them back to the lady, and I gave her $200. I said, "Have a wonderful day, ma'am."
You know what's crazy about his answers? His answers are so good because they actually make him be an even better guy. Like my answers are just like, "You're nuts, leave me alone."
Right.
His are like, no. You have me up. I'm
Right.
incredible.
Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right. All right, can we do one more, Shaq?
Yeah, one more. Last one.
Okay, this is called the voice memo.
What's this one called?
It's the most difficult one.
Oof.
Okay.
Shaq leaves his phone on speaker while stepping away, and a voice memo auto plays from someone named Keisha. She's laughing and says, quote, "You better not delete this, big sexy. That little back rub was everything." Girl hears it. Russ, is the toughest one yet. How you talking yourself out of this one?
Oh,
I'll go first.
man, yeah.
You go
I don't
first.
even. I
No,
don't have.
Shaq,
I have
let him go.
nothing.
Let him
Okay, go ahead.
I don't even think it's in my best interest to have something for that because when my girl sees this, I'm sending this one out. I got nothing.
Say it again.
Shaq leaves his phone. A voice memo auto plays from someone named Keisha. She's laughing and says, "You better not delete this, big sexy. That little back rub was everything."
Good
You
luck.
want the corny answer or you saw the real? You want the real answer?
Both.
All right, the corny answer is you saw me and Russ do the podcast, right? And you saw when I said to him at minute marker 13, 16 seconds, send me a song, we're going to do it. This is just one of his girls sending a sample of the song that I wanted to do. So I'm going to get it, and I'm going to chop it up first, and then I'm going to send it to him.
I should have done that. Damn, that's good.
Then they're going to say, who's Keisha? Like he's taking the whole Drake, Keisha, do you love me vibe. He's going to use those same drums. And
chick sending me a sample. Back up.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, can I tell you what? So Cheat GPT thought Shaq's answer was going to go. That's my chiropractor's assistant. She calls me that because I got tension in my lower lumbar. The back rub was therapeutic, strictly medicals. I got receipts and insurance forms if you want it.
Why is a masseuse always the fall?
Yeah.
Why is a masseuse always the fall guy for these?
I don't do
Shaq's was really good. That was
Shaq's
really
was
good.
way better. That doesn't explain why she's calling him Big Sexy.
Yeah, Big
Why
Sexy.
The reason it said for that is it said, quote, also Big Sexy is what they call patients over 7 feet. But Shaq's was better.
Shaq crushed that.
Hey, I got a question for you two.
Mm-hmm.
Why does the stupidity go viral in this world we live in?
Stupidity is so
one man
entertaining.
versus gorilla conversation.
Oh my God.
Just took off. 100 men versus one gorilla. Like, it's everywhere. Why?
Because absurdity is entertaining.
Oh my God. I'm like, bro.
How many Shaqs would it take to beat a gorilla?
None, because Shaq already knows what the gorilla will do.
Right.
You know, leaving.
There you go. Give
I
me,
think they
heard
use
this story?
4 Shaqs.
give me prime Shaq. Give me like 50 prime Shaq and 20 prime Ben Wallace, 20 prime Rasheed Wallace, and then 60 prime Shaq.
I don't know if you heard this story, but every zoo I went to, the gorilla tries to fight me.
For real? Is that real?
Yes.
Why?
Every zoo in the world. I actually, hold on, I'm going to call my guy.
That's
He's
crazy. They're
every
probably
zoo in the
so
world.
intimidated though.
Oh,
They're
so
like, "You've never seen something.
started off-
We gotta swing."
it started off with the zoo in Miami. Like the guys always, like they just take me in the back and they say, don't look at the gorilla. But I looked at one gorilla, he came up to the wall and he was eye to eye like this.
Oh.
He was looking at me and I was looking at him and I was like, what the f*** you looking at? He just went crazy.
Oh.
So he actually had to look at me like, hey man, what you doing out there? And I'm in here. That's the first look he gave me. Then he was like, then he gave me the look like, hey man, where your fur at? Like he was like, and the tried to fight me. So
Damn.
I'm not no gorilla at all. So that's why I was just
I don't know if I've seen a gorilla face. How big are they? Like face to face?
7'12".
Oh,
Was big. Like,
taller than you.
What?
oh, and nothing.
Oh, hell no. What?
Listen,
What are people talking about then?
all they eat is salad. They don't eat meat, they eat grass.
And
That's
they're-
salad. Oh, shredded.
I do like, though, what Russ said, and I think what we're going to do really quickly impromptu is we're going to have a guy draft to fight gorillas, and I think you should go up and back, and we'll just pick 3. Shaq, who would be your first pick if you had to fight a gorilla that you would send against the gorilla first? You get the first pick of any human in the world.
Anybody that's on crack.
So Shaq's first pick is a crackhead. Russ, your
Crackhead.
first pick.
R.I.P. But just prime Kimbo Slice.
Prime Kimbo Slice. I love it. Russ,
Yeah.
you have the first pick of the second round.
Oh man.
You can pick Shaq.
Shaq already said he's running. We need people who are running at the
Yeah,
gorilla.
you need fighters.
I need
you wanna
somebody
pick Ben
nuts. I
Wallace?
need like Brock Lesnar, like vintage Brock Lesnar.
All right, so vintage Kimbo and then vintage Brock. Shaq, your second pick after the crackhead.
A meth addict.
Yeah,
A meth
these are
addict.
great.
Yeah.
Can we
And
give
then Shaq, your final pick.
my fighters also just must be on crack? That's a prerequisite to join the team. We're feeding the whole roster crack.
And then Russ, pick one more normal one.
No, that's normal because you tell a crackhead man, give you $1,000 to fight the gorilla, and be like, $1,000, right? Am I right? Be like, 1,000.
Oh,
Go in there
man.
and fight that gorilla. Yeah, 1,000 cash, right?
Holy
Meth addict, hey man, I got the bag for you. For real. Just go in there, fight that. Cause see,
that's all I got to do.
cause see, for me, it's not about the fight, it's about the research. Whatever the gorilla gonna do to them, he gonna do to everybody that come in there. Okay, he bites, he uses his forearms, and they ain't gonna feel it anyway. So,
Oh,
all right, before you go, give me your Mount Rushmore. Like we always do this with artists.
Of rappers?
Yeah, rappers. Let's go rappers.
Oof. Man, there's only 4 then. My favorite, it's funny, my favorite is different than like who I technically think is the best. Who I technically think is the best is Black Thought.
Oh yeah, me. Did you see his Hot 97 freestyle?
I watch it religiously. Like when you have writer's block, just watch that.
Yeah.
Black Thought, M, Jay-Z. Technically, it's probably Andre 3000 is maybe where I would go with that 4th. That's just the best. My favorite though is Drake, Ye, Nipsey, M.
You notice we have the Thanos glove here, right?
I see this.
I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Yeah.
I'm in talks to become the new Thanos.
Wow.
I'm here to hear first.
That checks out. Makes sense.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm in talks. I'm not saying I'm gonna get it. I'm just in talks.
Who's your Mount Rushmore of big men?
Who's my Mount Rushmore big man? Wilt, Kareem, Hakeem Olajuwon. I love Patrick Ewing. I always like it hurted me to dog him out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm big on tactics. I want to be the man, so I have to kill you. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, but I just love him.
I like that.
Yeah. Can you keep that confidential about Thanos?
Yeah, for sure. I'll sign an NDA.
Can you give us your best Thanos voice?
No, not yet, but I will.
He's working with the accent.
Yeah, I have
right
to.
now.
I have to see a scene, and of this right here is Doctor Strange. The next Doctor Strange movie, he's going to do like this.
Yeah,
and it's going to be real brief, but like you can just see my face pop up like.
It just turns
into like it's just going. The smoke is going, and I'm gonna come back in. Yeah, I just signed the deal yesterday, so
nice.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, heard it here first.
Thank you, brother. I owe you one.
Thank you, man.
We exchange numbers, and if you get me that, I want to make a hot dubstep remix.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, man. And if I'm ever in a jam, I know who not to call.
Hey, you call me. I got you.
Thank you, man. For real. This was awesome. It's called Beatbox. What? We should have been drinking these on the. That would have been a fun interview.
Interview would have gone a little different.
Yeah. It's for the best that we didn't drink during.
What do you think?
That's actually really good.
Right?
Yeah. I'm not even saying that because I'm just like, it's really good. It's not super strong vodka. It's still flavorful.
It's a good sipper.
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like a slippery slope.
If you were to give it a scale 1 to 10, a rating.
This particular flavor,
Yep.
I don't love lemon in general.
Okay.
And for lemon, I'm still giving this a 9.2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out Beatbox.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shaq. Cheers.
Beautiful. Cheers.
You know, I just heard Shaq talking about Thanos. And so we do have some special people here. We're joined now by Adam Merzoff of East Continental Gems in New York City. I'm holding it down in Brooklyn while you're there at Shaq's place in Atlanta. And I'm seeing some unbelievable stuff on the table. So if you could take us through what you do and then also how you started working with Marvel, because this is unbelievable.
Okay, absolutely. We're a 5th generation jeweler. We've been doing jewelry and gems for five generations. So when we picked out these 6 incredible stones and said, these will represent the Infinity Stones, we never realized it was going to go insane like that. So what we're doing is we're kind of like, we've started creating individual Infinity Stones in these collectible seals. You got to see those, super cool. Is it for Shaq too? Here, Shaq, because you're wearing the Eye of Agamotto. Check this out. So these are collector cards with gems. We're the first people to say, all right, we're not going to sell it as a piece of jewelry. You can always make it jewelry.
34 of 100.
That's why we picked the number, dude.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's going to a special place in my office. Yeah. I was kind of hoping you forgot this today.
Okay, so let me listen to the story. You ready for the story?
Yeah.
Okay, that's because of the story. So, I give it to you. Boston, you must have been like early on in your career, but me too. It's like late 90s or maybe like mid 90s. I'm in Boston in Copley Square in the Neiman Marcus. And I doubt you remember, but like it was like a Tuesday morning. like 10 o'clock in the morning, or maybe 11 or something like that. And I was doing a trunk show with Neiman's. My whole career has been like we're behind the scenes, like supporting, retail stores. We do the wholesale side. So we've been working with Neiman's and Saks Fifth Avenue and Cartier, Van Cleef and Arpels, like those types of establishments our whole life. So I'm doing this trunk show. We probably have, I don't know, $30-40 million worth of stuff in the cases. And there's no one there. It's 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. Maybe there's one shopper kind of bouncing around. And Shaquille O'Neal walks in, right? Starts like it's 11 o'clock. There's no one around. Just like you walking the floor at Neiman's, like whatever, looking at shirts and this and that, whatever. And back then there's no phones or video. Like I wasn't taking selfies and stuff like that. So I was kind of waiting by the showcase. And you finally kind of come around the showcase. And I had just finished the biggest diamond. I just came into business in 94. So it must have been 96 or something like that. I just cut a diamond that's even bigger than the 35 carat that's in there. It's 42.39. It's a huge diamond. And it was in a ring. And I cut the stone from the rough. It was my first really giant diamond that we cut. And you came to the showcase and your eye went right to the biggest stone in the showcase, right?
Because I was getting ready to rob you.
Wait, you're stealing a story, Rob.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to this. He goes, what is that? I said 42 carat diamond. I start giving you the whole thing. I'm thinking maybe I can make a sale here. He goes, how much? I said $3 million. It's probably worth 10 today. I don't know. And I said, you want to see it? You're like, yeah, great. Pull it out, put it on your pinky. That's about where it goes, right? Look right here. And you put it on your pinky and I go, what do you think? You go, You put it in your pocket, you start walking away, and you go, what diamond?
That was you?
Yeah. Do you remember, really?
Oh, that was you?
Man, yeah. Do you remember that?
Bro, that was you? For real?
Yeah.
I do remember that. Holy. But it's crazy? Like I tell people all the time, and we talk about image. I always tell people image is reality. So what you see is what you get with me. The same laugh he did now, the same thing he did. He laughed.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, he laughed because everyone knows Shaq tonight. Bro, that was you.
You were 5 feet from the showcase. You left.
Yeah.
You started walking away. And
that was you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome. People, there's something about gems, especially real ones, that people get nervous around them and stuff. So. But it was so cool. You just humanized the whole thing. It was great.
We always say, can Shaq get away with it? Me and Kenny one day went to a store to steal on purpose. I fucking grabbed the candy bar and walked by, and you know what the lady said? Shaq, stop playing. For real, I just grabbed the candy and just walk out I'm not paying attention. I want her to call the cop. Shaq, stop playing. Come on, Shaq. I know you got $1.30. I'm like, you know what? You caught me. Bro, that was you for real?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I remember that. No, that's true. Yeah, I took his diamond and was like, so what diamond? Some robbery right now. Put your hands up. That's crazy. Can you name those stones?
Yeah. In the infinity?
No, and so I know you got a diamond.
Yeah, so the diamond, the yellow stone in the center is a very rare yellow diamond. It's 35 carats approximately. In the thumb, which is the time stone, which is the green stone, it's an emerald. That's about 23 carats. That stone is extremely, extremely rare. Absolutely the best color. Every one of these stones, by the way, Shaq, every one of them, in their own individual right, belongs in a separate case in the fanciest jewelry store or museum. And we took 6 and put them into one work of art. I don't think it's ever been done before. So the green is the emerald. What we did was we kind of combined. It was really cool. We wanted the experts of both worlds, creative side, the jeweler side, to be connected. The labor, the best of what I do, and the best of what Marvel does.
Oh, so how come you didn't make that a solid gold glove?
So, because let's think about it. Thanos was a brutalist.
Got it.
He's gold. He wasn't walking around with a gold gauntlet. The original files, the day that we got the original files from Marvel, we said, okay, we're going to make it accurate, script accurate, movie accurate, but where we're going to make it real, the 18 karat gold is on the gems. That's where we said our expertise has to be on the gem side. So that was and assembling this was the absolute coolest thing ever. It was my jeweler.
Yeah, how long did that take?
Between all the files and changing them over and the jeweler, and it's a story, months.
Yeah.
But actual assembly was, believe it or not, was a night before Comic-Con. It was down to the last minute. My jeweler got all the stones ready just in time. I was in LA. We stayed up all night assembling these stones. And then it was launched at Comic-Con San Diego. I drove down to San Diego with the Gauntlet. Then we launched, and the rest is history. We were on every media platform you can imagine in the world.
I always wanted to ask a jeweler this. How you get those damn stones? Like where? How? Like the one in the middle, you tell me how much it costs. Like, who do you call to get that?
My dad is one of the biggest experts, maybe today alive, the biggest expert in colored gems in the world. And some of these stones are like family legacy stones. I mean, what we've created here in the one of ones are utilizing our legacy stones. Let's call them like the best of the best, the highest of the high. But what we want to do is, that's just for the one of ones, but we want to bring this stones and value to the world. Like, we have a vision of everybody in the world is entitled to have an infinity stone, the same way they have birthstone. Like an infinity stone represents power and mind and soul. And these creative writings are maybe the greatest ever. Some of this stuff is iconic.
So is it known how much his glove is worth on the internet?
I mean, the papers, gave a number. Like I look at this as.
What did they say?
The papers said 25 million.
All right. So
you think that's low?
I think that the ruby slippers just sold for $32 million. They don't have a ruby in them.
So you think what, 125 mil?
I think that it's worth a lot. I think it's priceless. And I think that it represents also the pop culture of this generation. I don't think that you could look at anything else that we could, like in the last 3 decades, say that is recognizable by every kid, every fan, every demographic.
So a billionaire art collector is watching this show and he offers you 300. You let it go?
300 million?
Yeah.
It's a lot of million. That's
Do you let it go? Do you let it go?
Yeah,
And the second part of the question, is it one on one?
One of one, yeah.
So I'm the only one in the world with it. 300 million. That's my last and final offer right now. Would you let it go?
Look, like the answer is yes. But honestly, I look at the one of one collection as an opportunity. Like if you had Babe Ruth's rookie card, or Shaq's rookie card with every, every perfect, mint condition opportunity, like you don't want to give away and
no, you're talking to the wrong guy.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong guy.
I'm the collector. Shaq's the seller.
Yeah. Look, I see an opportunity here to give the world a chance to see this and still, support the business. Meaning people have been coming to visit our showroom in Soho. People have been coming just to see the Infinity Gauntlet, the Scepter, and the Agamotto. It's a destinational item. Like the most visited place on earth, or one of them, is the Hope Diamond. The Crown Jewels. The Crown Jewels kick off $100 million a year in revenue just to go see them.
That's in Paris.
In London.
Yeah, London. May I touch it?
It's not the ideal situation, but yeah, go for it.
I'm not going to grab it.
It's art. So not everyone I let touch, but Shaq, you go for it.
I'll tell you what, I don't want you to break rules. Can you have your lovely son?
Shaq, who is the Thanos of the NBA history?
Oh, that's a cool question.
Oh,
in the history of the NBA, who's Thanos?
Stop it. I don't like to. Who's Thanos? Me. That's a dumb question.
So then who would you say are the Avengers sent to stop you?
Well, there's a lot of people that tried to stop me. Let me see.
It would be the Pistons. Sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, it'll be
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Like, you leaned into Thanos as opposed to a hero, and like, you're Superman. How come you went Thanos on that?
Because there's a lot of imposter Supermans. So I was killed off somehow. So now I'm a bad guy, and I want to erase everything and erase everybody. So now I'm Thanos. Now, can I touch you for real?
Yeah. Should I put it on you?
Yeah. Just listen. Please be careful.
All right, let me do it.
No, just put it right there, and I just want to look at it.
Put it on. Put it on.
Look at that. I ain't gonna drop it, brother. Trust me.
It's like
Snap your fingers.
can't do that right now.
That's
We
nice.
snap fingers.
So this one is
Scepter type garnet, a very, very rare garnet.
this one.
Ruby, sapphire, amethyst, yellow diamond, emerald.
You got it. All right. Yeah, that thing nice. All right, 350 million cash. Yeah, cash.
Look, I'll tell you what. For 350, I'll throw in the Scepter also. We have you guys have the Scepter? You gotta show it to them, yeah. So this is look. So
And this
Shaq is this. We had before I tell you about this. So
Thanos had this scepter too.
he probably Thanos gave the Scepter to Loki.
Loki, that's right. He did.
Thanos gave the Scepter to Loki. So
Now I gotta go watch a movie.
buried in here is a 20 karat yellow sapphire, a rare stone. We have to have this made with a sword maker in deep Long Island. Like, it's not easy to find a sword maker. You're like, but this took about 9 months to make. 40 some odd pounds.
It's heavy too.
Yeah, it's real. It's legit.
I feel like
The bulb, or what we call the bulb, like we had to make what you see in the film a CGI.
right.
So we had to kind of like make it reality. Like, what would if it was real? What would it be? And I went through, 4 or 5 different versions of what it would be.
Make you feel like a superhero. Damn.
Have the actors themselves got to hold any of those pieces? I didn't realize it was CGI in all the movies.
Well, look, the studio obviously they have props, right, that they use, but those props have nowadays everything has doctored, pieces of CGI attached to it. So we had the opportunity to kind of have the only one of one because back in the day you had to use whatever was on set. You used whatever was on set.
Right.
Today, no one's going to want the prop that has little, pieces of CGI on it or whatever, or plastic gems in it. So when we did it, we kind of like said, "Oh, this will be cool." One of the smartest guys I've ever met, like my whole experience through Marvel and Disney has been like just amazing. I have to say, like they're, dealing with brilliant creatives and smart business people, and it's been a great ride. But like, that's for you. Yeah, Shaq, we bought you your own gauntlet.
Bought me a gift?
I got you a little gift. Yeah.
For real?
These actually haven't been sold yet.
Seriously?
Brand new. These are brand new. We just got these.
Thanks, my guy.
Yeah.
Where, if somebody wants to check out these things, where can they go to get another look at the gauntlet, the scepter, all that?
So thank you for asking that, Adam. EastContinentalGems.com is our website. And then we actually, for specific for this podcast, you're going to put in the code BigPod10 and you get a 10% discount on all merchandise.
Adam, thank you so much, brother. Thanks for bringing it. And make sure you get out with all of your pieces, because Shaq will try it again.
I'm gonna tell you, listen, I'm gonna tell you how much respect you got. Well, my cousin, who's my manager, is a Marvel fan. He said, "Hey, we're bringing these Marvel pieces." And the next sentence after that, "Don't be around." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "That glove is expensive." Like, what do you mean? And he told me the price. So yes, thank you for But coming with this, it's a lot. It means a lot and appreciate it. So let me get you back now because I will Ocean's 13 you. Kenny, hit the lights.
So it's expensive. It's like Ocean's 14. Yeah. Thanks, man.
What happened to the glove? I don't know. I was sitting here the whole time.
I thought you had it.
Yeah.
For me, it's not about the fight. It's about the research. Whatever the gorilla gonna do to that motherfucker, he gonna do to everybody that coming out.